What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan here, and I've seen the trend go on Twitter, on the Reddit page, pretty much everywhere, with everyone just like me wanting Madden to do something more with franchise. And for somebody that's been playing Madden games since 2003, um, and I've been playing franchises heavily since 2008, there's a lot that this past 3, 4 years just eliminates in wanting to play franchise. Sure, if you have a bunch of guys or just a few friends to do franchise with, you could do it, but it doesn't have longevity to me. The reason that I am able to continue to play franchises is because I do a lot of different franchises. I'll try to do a team in a certain way each time and try to change it up, but it's there's just so much that's missing. For me personally, one of the things I love to do in every sports franchise game is develop young talent and find young talent. I love just finding the Patrick Mahomes, for instance, the Jamal Adams, Saquon Barkley's, Christian McCaffrey's, all those guys that are going to be big. And with scouting, you only have a certain opportunity. You have three things that you can scout on players. It doesn't tell you a lot. And then you have to wait until the end of the season, 4 weeks, to find out their combine stats, which is in real life, yes, that's when you find out. But before then, if I want to focus on a certain amount of players, like if I want to spend a good portion of time on cornerbacks, then I want to know everything about them until they get to the combine, and then it confirms it. Um, One thing I don't like is the amount of sleepers that you get in franchises. With certain positions, yes, you get sleepers. For instance, I can go to my lineman here. He's got lineman. You'll find guys fifth round, second round potential, and you have some positions like that. But for certain positions, you will never find sleepers. It is almost impossible to find an actual sleeper, like a player that has a high overall. The other thing that I dislike with it, with the whole rookie draftee class situation, um, is the fact that their attributes are capped. They can't hit over a certain cap. You can't get a 99 speed guy out of college. It's impossible. 96 is the highest that I believe you can go. There's a whole breakdown. I saw someone post on the highest stats that people can have. And to me, it's not real life. It's not Madden. It's not what Madden used to be. You used to be able to get people with 99 speeds out of college, tight ends that can have 90 speeds coming out of college. Lamar Jackson speed players coming out of college. The highest speed I think you can get for a quarterback is 86, if I'm not mistaken. And you have to build them up. And it's not always the easiest because, hey, guess what? Let's ruin another amazing part of Madden and make it so it's categorized in three categories. Granted, you get multiple things in one, but you're not targeting what you want to target in your players. Like, if I want Brendan Rackley to be a passing lineman, I want to focus on everything passing. I want those certain stats fixed, and it's so categorized that you can't get the exact build that you want for your players. It's terrible. The other thing that I hate, and I'm sure a lot of people have, you can manipulate the whole salary cap budget situation just by not paying anybody, letting everyone go to free agency, and then signing them for dirt cheap because no other team, for the most part, has money. I'm going to see if we can see it from here. I don't know if we can. Um, but yeah, so I have 17.1 million in cap space. You can go for a bunch of these teams and you look at their caps and they can't afford anybody. So you can get whoever you want in free agency for dirt cheap, and to me that's not fun either. It's not. It's another thing that ruins the whole, just the competitiveness, the funness in franchises trying to beat another team for a player. Meanwhile, I can go to the free agency, and if you don't have salary cap on, these players are gone. You're never gonna find them. But if salary cap is on, you're gonna have these players. Like, it's almost impossible to get a 70 overall or higher that you could sign your practice squad in free agency because everyone's already bought them. But with salary cap on, no one can afford them. They're all sitting here. I could literally stack my team with a couple young guys with 70 something overalls. It's something that lacks. Also, I hate the fact that um, the Hall of Fame situation. Granted, you can go to the Legacy Leaderboard and you can go to the Hall of Fame and look at it. But one thing that I think a lot of sports games are lacking is the longevity of Hall of Fame. Um, for instance, I'm 5 years into my franchise, and the only players to get inducted in the Hall of Fame in those 5 years is Jason Witten, Philip Rivers, Fitzgerald, Julio, Rogers, Suggs, Miller, Breeze, Brady. Like, there should be a longer list than that. And it's because if they don't make it their first year, they're never going to be in the Hall of Fame. So it's another thing that I think Madden needs to work on. I love the whole. Now, don't get me wrong, Madden does some stuff good, but I love the whole stats aspect. I like that I can go back and look at whatever stats I want to look at from whatever year. Um, and I like that aspect, but there needs to be more things that you can do outside of just playing and then just doing the basic signing, scouting, upgrading. Like there's got to be situations that come up with your team. Um, you know, just weather predicaments that come up. I don't find a lot of games like that. Like there just needs to be more realism in the game. A player retires in the middle of the season. A player retires in the game. There just needs to be more. There needs to be more that's going to keep me playing the same franchise the entire year. Not get bored of it and have to redo another franchise because there's just nothing to do with the one I'm in. Um, and it would be nice. I think it can be done, but if we're gonna get it, I don't know. But that is basically just my wish list, my want list of what I'd like to see in Madden 21. So, if you guys have anything that you enjoyed that I talked about, anything that we had in common, let me know. Anything that you think we should have besides the created team, stadium, stuff like that, right off the bat. Um, just just leave a comment so we could talk about it and have a good conversation that way. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and yeah, it's been a fun one.